Hi friends, welcome to our channel. Let's have a look at problem 3807, minimum cost to repair edges to traverse a graph. This problem is interesting in the sense that this is a problem related to graph, and also we can solve it using binary search. And therefore, if you look at our list, so this problem can be in the playlist of binary search and also can be in the playlist of graph problems. So here, basically, we are given an undirected graph. So each edge with some weight, right? So also we are given an integer key, which will be the path length upper bound, right? So also we are given the road originally are all damaged. So we are given a amount called money. So all the road with weight less than or equal to that money, you can repair. And then you can check if in the repaired road, if there's a path, valid path from node 0 to node n-1. So that's the problem statement. What we want to do is to check whether we have a minimum amount of money required to make this possible. If not, we're going to return -1. So this is the problem statement. So here I'm not going to go over the two examples because their explanation is very clear. What I want to emphasize is that the constraint. So the last one, there are no self loops or duplicate edges in the graph. This is an important one. And also the n, the number of nodes, is in this range, right? And also I is bounded below by 1, and they have an upper bound. So this is also important because this will give us our upper bound, a lower bound for our search range when we use binary search. So here key is greater than or equal to 1, less than or equal to n. So this is the consistent assumption, right? So with that said, we are ready to explain our main idea. So first, so we want to regard this one as the shortest path problem, shortest in the sense of number of jumps, right, or the number of direct roads. So, or the length of the road, length in the sense that we count without resulting or considering the specific weight, right? So this is the one. So as long as we interpret it like this, we should think of breadth first based traversal. So this is the one thing. Another thing is that we need a valid path has less than or equal to key edges, right? So this is the one. And also in the edge, so the maximum weight will be money given, right? So then our overall procedure will be the following. Overall procedure would be first it's going to build the graph, right? So we are going to use adjacency list or adjacent site as you like. So this is the one step. Another step is use binary search. So here here we are using binary search. We first define a Boolean function to produce order or monotonicity, and then we do search range shrinkage. So that's the main structure of our code. So here this will be BFS. So with that said, let's look at the implementation details. First, I'm going to build the graph. So for building the graph, I'm going to do this graph. So collections and default dict. So here we can use a set, right? So the set will store something like this. So you have a node, and then you have the neighbor and the path between UV, the weight, right? So basically we just need to iterate UV W. This U and V are two nodes, and W is the weight in edges. So because this is bidirectional or undirected, so we're going to do graph U. So notice that this is by our default dictionary, it's a set. So we're going to do add. So add a tuple, right? V and W. And then also we do this V add U and W, right? So you can print out this graph to do a check. So here, for this one, this example 1, so this will be the graph. So 0 has 2 neighbors. 1 is 2 with weight 100. 1 is 1 with weight 10, right? So this is the first step. So next we are going to write a hyperfunction. Just implement the hyperfunction. So here we mean this one, the Boolean function to yield order. So we call it BFS. So here, because this n is already given, this key is already given, so we are going to accept one parameter, that is money. So this will be the upper bound of the road. Then we are going to check if there's a valid path from the node 0 to node n-1 at the constraint of this problem. So this would be rather straightforward. So here, collections deck. So here our source will be the following. This is the source, and the second one is the number of edges, so count of edges. So basically we are storing the node and the number of edges used. So we want this one to be less than or equal to k, right? And also we want the weight to be less than or equal to money. So this will return a Boolean, right? So first I will make a set. So this is to avoid repetition. Then the basic iteration. Val node, val q. So we get the node, we get the number of edges used. So this will be q pop left. Use the left as the head of the queue and use the tail as the tail of the queue, right? So first we do a check. If n edges used is less than or equal to k, now we use this parameter, right? And so node equals n-1. If this is the case, so we're going to return true, right? After this check, then we are going to do traversal. First, if node not in sim, so we're going to add this to the sim, right? And then we are going to check the neighbors. So for neighbor and weight in graph, the node. And then if weight is less than or equal to the money, right? So this is the requirement. So then we can include the corresponding information. And also we need to check if node not in sim, right? If it's already visited, so we don't want to consider again. So here q append. So the information going to append is current node and the number of edges used. So because we added one edge, so we're going to do this one, increment by 1. So after the while loop, if there indeed exists a path, so we should already have a return true. If after this while loop, nothing returns, so we're going to return false. So this is the hyperfunction. This is the one part of the binary search. So the next is search range, shrinkage. So for this part, we are going to use this assumption. So low and high. So low will be 1, right? High, you can write this number, but this number may be too large, right? Because here, in the first example, the largest is 100. So we want to use as small upper bound as possible. So basically, we are going to do this. The max of atom, the last one, for atom in the edges, right? So this will be the highest. So first, I want to do a edge case. So if I do a BFS using the high, if this is not true, so mean that there's no, in other words, we recover all the edges, but still no valid way from 0 to n-1. This is the case in here, right? So we're going to return false directly. And otherwise, it means there's a valid path. So we are going to return the smallest possible money so we can make this happen. So what we are going to do is this. So very standard, right? Let me right here. Well, low less than high, right? So mid will be low, so we shrink half, right? Each time. So and then what we do is if BFS, so the mid, if this is the true, right, means that the mid is a valid upper bound. So I'm going to set high equals mid. Otherwise, if this is not true, so our money choose, for example, the mid is too small, so we're going to set low equals mid plus 1. So later we are going to return low. So this will be the full logic. If you look at here, so first step, build the graph here. The second step, do binary search. So there's two parts. One is a Boolean function, and the other is search range shrinkage. So this is the Boolean function. This is a search range shrinkage. Before we do that, actually we did a edge case check. So for safety. Now let me first run it. So the last one does not right. Let's see. So if not, so here we not return false, we return -1. So this is the problem statement, right? So now let me run. Yeah, we need to do the right format of return at least. So now let me submit. Yeah, it passes all the cases. So that's basically about it for the current problem. So here, I guess, overall, if you practice quite a lot, so writing the code shouldn't be a problem. I guess what's important is that you establish the overall structure of the thought process, then coding it out and will be easier. With that said, thank you for watching.